Hello everybody. So it's Keely again, and welcome back to my channel if you've been here before, and if not, welcome. So today, as you can see, we are doing the furnishing of the McMansion. If you want, you can go ahead and I'm gonna add a little link above. So go ahead and look above, and you can find the first build when I built the outside of this house. So that speed build was linked above. And now we're just going to be furnishing the inside, kind of finishing some of the final touches and deciding the layout, deciding all that kind of stuff, what kind of amenities this McMansion is going to have. So this house overall ended up being about 500,000 simoleons. So think to yourself what you think I might actually include in this house for it to be 500,000 simoleons. I mean, this took me a really long time to build. I built this with particular sims in mind, so I'll kind of explain that as I go along. But as per usual, we have to have the joke of the day. So today's joke of the day is, where do mama cows take their calves to on the weekend? So you think about that. Where do mama cows take their calves to on the weekends? All right, so here we go, going in with the kitchen. It's kind of where I wanted to start. I put in my staircase, and I wanted to use these same windows I used before, making this absolutely grand, ginormous kitchen with this huge island. So ended up going with a green theme. So I went with this light wood and a nice little green theme. I was looking to see what else I can include to make it just a very luxurious and very large and ritzy kitchen. So I absolutely love these new background tiles from Get Together. I ended up changing it up for this one though. I'm trying to find the wood color. I love using the cats and dogs wood swatch, and I also like using the one from Cottage Living. So I ended up going with this one from Cats and Dogs, I believe. Just kind of putting in some bar stools from Growing Together and a little bit of some other little clutter items in that green color to kind of pull it all together. I like to search through a lot of the items when I build, so that's why it takes me so long to build things. Here we go with some more greenery and plant life for our beautiful kitchen here. This is hands down probably one of the bigger kitchens I've built. I thought about putting that little trellis thing in, but I decided against it. I did go with a dishwasher, which I like never use, so I thought that that would be a appropriate add to this house. All right, so we're kind of finishing up the kitchen at this point. Just looking for some last minute clutter items, and we'll be going on to the rugs. Okay, here we are. The rugs are absolutely my favorite part. I like to always tie in different colors in the build to the rugs. I like to do a lot of vibrant rooms with lots of big splashes of color. It's just more fun to me that way. All right, so we're done with that. So now we're moving on to the living room. I've never used this giant, absolutely giant TV before. So since the wall height was so high, I thought this would be a perfect time to use it, considering it's extremely expensive and massive. And with this rug, which I don't think I've ever used, so I liked this blue swatch with it. It felt kind of fancy, kind of ritzy. Throw in some of the mid-century modern stuff from Get Famous. I use Get Famous a lot for this pack. For this build, I use that pack a lot. Since a lot of the items were really ritzy, and I don't really use a lot of them all the time because they're also just so expensive. Like, whose just average house is gonna have this giant TV and all these fancy, like toilets and showers and beds you'll see in a little bit with like the gold encrusted stuff. It's kind of crazy. So as per usual, a fun game to play while watching any of my speed builds is called Find the Llama. So look for the llama from Dream Home Decorator. There's already 2 in this build at a minimum, I think, and I know that number is probably going to increase. So fun game, try to find all of the Dream Home Decorator llama clutter items. That's always a treat. Comment down below if you're watching, where did you find them? Did you find them? How many were there? So we're going with this like burnt orange, burnt sienna kind of color matched in with the dark blue. Kind of a fun color scheme. Here I was looking for different like decor items that matched. As you can see, I was searching for blue and red. For a while, I know like gray, black, and white, all that kind of like neutrals and like beige is very in and very modern. I have a build coming out soon that I did more of that kind of take on everything, but I really went with some nice vibrant colors for this build. I wasn't really sure what to do in this corner, so I ended up doing a bar instead. I imagine if you're a world famous celebrity, you probably have your own bar dedicated area. So, along with an entertaining space, which we'll get to later. So I plopped out some items I knew I wanted to use. So I built this house, as I was saying, for some world famous celebrities. So I had these two Sims. I probably mentioned this in the first build if you already watched that I had a sim who was a famous musician. She could play the violin, the guitar, the piano. She was also getting into DJing, which we'll get into in a little bit. And she was super famous and won a Starlight accolade. And then my other sim was a famous athlete who was mostly into figure skating. And she had done her own meet and greets and things like that. So that's why I said before, like the figure skating thing was out there. So I'll get into more of their specific items later. Looking for some more kind of blue details to kind of fit in there. Little clutter items, of course. So this is kind of coming together now. I ended up kind of sectioning this off. It looks kind of goofy like that, but now it kind of starts to take shape. Instead of having just like this whole open area, which it kind of is still huge. I mean, that kitchen, living, and bar space is giant. I had to include the fishbowl. I don't remember where I put it. There we go. That's where I put it. A nice little games table from Growing Together because it's so fun. They can do like the puzzles together or different games like that. So I went with the green theme to match in with the kitchen and kind of finished up the living space in here. All right, just making sure that it's illuminated at night. All right, next spot. I wanted to work on the garage space here. So I went for more of a rustic feel and I didn't want to use any arches or big doors. Thought I'd put in all of my different like little garage-esque type things. If a sim was into woodworking or flower arranging, I'm gonna be honest, the sims I've had live in this house have not used either of those tables. I don't think once. It's kind of fun to put in some of these boxes and storage items that I don't really use that often from Get to Work. Just throwing in some files, maybe some, famous people stuff, paperwork, all the money they make. The bills on this house were outrageous. I probably said that in the first video too, but outrageous. It was a good thing that I had all my sims with the frugal trait, and my one sim could make up to $30,000 per acting gig if I went with her in person. So, that made it a lot easier. So up on the second floor, which is kind of the floor you walk into first, I wanted to have an entertaining space. So since one of them was a musician, I wanted to have like a music and dancing space um, where she could throw parties or charity events or anything like that, and just kind of have meet and greets and invite Sims over, for all that fancy kind of stuff. Through her own ragers right in her own house. So I wanted to be separate from the rest of the family home since there was also going to be a child or so living here. And I wanted that to be separate so then it wasn't super close to all the parties and the ritzy, glamorous, crazy celebrity lifestyle. So I went with this deep purple and like lilac theme and the black for our party area and music area. I went with some of these fancy rugs. I had to end up deleting that glow bar from the actual house once I placed it because they would just go up there all the time to get like a drink. It was crazy. I was like, y'all need to chill out. And the thing is, this is a large house with lots of stairs. The Sims would just spend hours walking up the stairs. So that's why I also wanted to put this kind of party area up at the front because that would be easiest for guest Sims to get to. And then once they were downstairs, they could just stay downstairs. There was nothing else upstairs they really needed, per se. All of the home requirements were kind of on that first level. So just kind of blocking in the rest of the landscape, or not the landscaping. What am I talking about? Blocking in the floor plan. So back there is the master. Yes, the master. Now we're on the second floor again. Okay. Wonderful. So I split it off into a couple different sections here. So we've got a bathroom. This is going to end up being the gym. So the gym is on the second floor, something that, they could come up there for, but not necessarily a necessity for your everyday life, especially since this was for a athlete sim. I wanted there to be a gym on site with lots of equipment, and she also was a cheerleader in high school. So I had a little cheerleading mat there for her. I wanted a stone or something interior in here, and I ended up deciding on, I think, this like brushed stone or like plastered, brushed kind of brick in the background. Getting some gym decals. They got their super ritzy, fancy, rich people gym with little plants and stuff. Since my Sims were active and I ended up having my musician sim like kind of work out more too, the Sims were always in the gym. So they liked it a lot. It was a good idea on my part. Get some music in there for them. You best believe if Kyle was invited over, he would probably just dance in there. Forget working out. Okay, so now we are moving around so fast. So one of the Sims, I had like sisters that lived here. So my actress sister, I wanted to live in this little like bedroom suite kind of area with an ensuite bathroom with the most ridiculous, glamorous furniture that I could think of. I never use these items when I build. They're just so ridiculous. Nobody in a regular house is going to have these kind of luxurious items. They're just so gaudy. So I wanted to use them here since she was a famous actress and, kind of spice it up a little bit and use these items since I'd never really used them before. So I threw in that acting mirror there and I ended up putting in like some of her like little pictures and stuff like that. So I used this like teal and gold scheme with the most, expensive furniture known to man. And I put in those like movie posters since I said she was an actress, so I imagined that those would be movies that she worked on or sets that she, shows she was a part of. So yeah, this is like the rich sister, fancy actress, bedroom, bathroom combination. I was kind of searching to make sure I didn't miss anything. Just adding in a lot of little clutter items. And in the bathroom, I didn't spare anything. We went in with the, swan tub and the ridiculous looking sink that's so ornate, as you can see in the throne toilet. Oh yeah, we didn't we pulled out all the stops for this house because I don't do it that often, so I wanted to do something kind of fun. Put in the fancy marble in different colors. That door was a bit large, so I wanted to find a smaller door. It's actually the same door I used for the basement too. So when I didn't use those absolutely gigantic doors, I used those little white doors with like the brick stone on the top, like a little archway. Okay, so while we're at it, this is the main bathroom for the second floor. So like if you went to use the gym, want to go to the gym, or if you were there for like a party or something like that, you would use this bathroom. And you weren't, the actress sister that lived on that little suite room. Absolutely love these new tile designs from Growing Together. I use them all the time for bathrooms now. So this bedroom here is actually the teen bedroom. So one of the other bedrooms, I wanted the teen bedroom to be kind of separate and up on its own. So then like the teen could have their own space and everything like that. The rest of the bedrooms are all downstairs on the first floor. So I went with a lot of the matching items from high school years and this really fun swirly purpley pink design. It was super fun to make this room. I even did one of these little storage thingies. I haven't done like a gothic or like grunge kind of bedroom yet, and I'm not gonna buy the new kit. What is it? I don't even remember what it is. Like grunge revival or something like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna buy the clothing kit. I might buy the book nook kit because that seems kind of cool, but I might have to do like a black and like deep purple like goth kind of bedroom yet. I haven't really done one of those, so maybe in one of my other builds I'll have to do that. So here I put in, thousands of shoes I imagine you have if you're a child of a celebrity. Because, looking for all the different clutter items that I could possibly fit on this little shelf so that it wasn't empty, so it looked lived in. Made sure our celebrity teen had all of her required items, some books, some fancy, computer laptop thing, and art pieces, and places to sit and hang out with friends, and fancy wardrobe, of course, the mirror I'm obsessed with from high school years. Okay, so now we are downstairs again. Okay, so this is the children themed room, or like the child's bedroom. So I put in a bunk bed, so theoretically they could have multiple children, but this room is huge. So I put in a whole bunch of stuff. I went with like another bluey, dusty, blue and yellow kind of theme for this room. I wanted to have another of those built-in like cabinetry closet things. So I ended up doing that. Putting in lots of little clutter items and shoes. I imagine, the child would have tons of shoes too. So dream home decorator overload over there. And then the room next to it is going to be the playroom. So I'm going to have a bunch of, skill items and, activity tables, doll houses, all that kind of stuff. So here's our child, fancy, ritzy teen, super organized and color coordinated children's room. So this room was kind of like large. I wasn't really sure what to put in there, so I kind of sectioned off that back area, and I know I needed to level like you can see I have like a little um lifted area in there with a step, and so I wanted to put like maybe an office or something in there as an entryway, or like a skill area with like easels or something as you walk out to the back deck. So here we go, adding some children's clutter to make it really cute. I'm a sucker for the little cat plushies. Oh, so cute. Big puds for the win. Always placing big puds. I think in my most recent build, I actually didn't place big puds and I placed one of the bunny rabbits instead. Um, but yeah, to try to switch it up because I'm always placing big puds. Really went all out on the decorations in that room. Okay, so now for the children's like little activity tables and rooms. All the different things you would imagine a little sim child could need. Throwing in, the violin, the play area, all the decals, dollhouse, toy box, you name it, they have it. Oh, I even put in a bun bun. I forgot about that. Put in some more windows for natural light. Of course, some of these adorable little window coverings. All right, so now this is where I'm gonna put the main bathroom for the first floor. And in hindsight, it is really far away from the kids' bathroom, or the kids' bedroom. I probably should have put another bathroom on the other side of the house because it is such a large first floor. But you know, you live and you learn. So yeah, I was really happy with how this bathroom turned out with the black and white and the cute little mint color scheme. So all those pedestals, at least the idea was to have those there for trophies. I was bouncing around a lot as I thought about different items. I was like, oh, the umbrella rack. I didn't put one in. What about a trash can? I forgot about that. So you can see I'm kind of bouncing around. This open area, I really wasn't sure what to put there. So I just put some more seating areas and that fireplace. And later, as you can see, I ended up moving those little pedestals over. And I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about a dining area. Let me put in a dining table. So there's our dining table. Had to get the biggest table possible, you know. So I thought that was a good like entry walkway space. My Sims that lived in this house, um, I ended up making a club for their family, and so when it was holidays and stuff, I would invite over the family club and then like their actual family too, like extended family that didn't fit within the 8 sim limit. And I'd have them over for Christmas, and I put like trees in there, and then for different holidays or like Thanksgiving or whatever, or New Year's, I would invite over the whole family. And it was super great. I would always have them make a grand meal, and everybody could sit at that grand, you know, long dining table out there in the dining room area. And it was always great. The Sims always had a great time. And I thought it was super fun. So here's the office space. I put in one desk for like Sims to do their homework on or write in a journal or whatever, and then one space for the computer. Had to put the easel in because one of my Sims actually ended up having a midlife crisis, and during her midlife crisis, she actually ended up liking painting, so that easel came in handy. I put in some more movie posters, imagining that my famous actress Sim, you know, she was in these movies too, you know, she's been in everything, she's just that cool. Some more clutter items, as per usual. All right. At this point, we're getting closer to finishing out the first floor. All right, so over here is the master bedroom, closet, bathroom, and the nursery space. So I made the nursery space kind of close to the master bedroom since this house is so big that at least if they had a baby, the baby wouldn't be far away. So I imagine this could also be like a nice little cute toddler room. So I put the toddler bed in there already made up too. Oh, I put a unicorn. That's like one of the most expensive plushies you can get in the game too. Like I didn't know this until I was watching a little Simsy video, but like Blarfy is so much cheaper than all of the other plush animals. But of course, Big Puds is #1 in my heart. So Big Puds always makes the build. Regardless of how expensive he is, he's worth it. Big Puds is worth it. I'd have to say my favorite swatch of Big Puds is probably the calico one and the white one. I don't know, the black one's pretty cute too. They're all so cute. I love it. But probably the white one and the calico one are my favorite. So I went with this seasons kind of matching set in here. You know, I was building a house recently that's going to post to my YouTube in a little while. And I was like, man, I want to use a bed I haven't really used that often. And now I'm realizing that this bed that I used in this house is the same build bed that I'm pretty sure I used in that build too. No wonder it looked familiar. Oh well. I really like that bed, but all the other ones have like a weird wood color that I can't match with something. Like this one I can kind of match, But like the other wood colors of that style of bed are like orange or blue or purple, and they're really cool, but I didn't really want that for the house that I was doing because it was more of like a modern house. So I didn't want the wood color to be, I don't know, purple. So I'll have to build another house and use that bed in a different swatch other than the one that I seem to like very much. Gotta get some greenery in the master bedroom. After I moved my Sims in here that I made this house for, I gave them the never weary trait, and let me tell you, that extended Sim days by so much. I don't know if you guys have ever bought that before or not with the points. I will never do that again. The Sims never went to sleep, obviously. I didn't really think that through. And so I built this lovely, beautiful master bedroom, and my Sim like never used it. I kind of went crazy with the photo frames too. Excuse me on that. I was really excited to use those. I wanted to put in one of these vaults, so I ended up making this room a vault room. But obviously, I still had to have it connected so then you could get to the bathroom. So I put in this little secret door because I thought I was slick, you know. Alrighty, well, as we get to the end of the video in the next couple of minutes, once this video goes live, as per usual, you will be able to find this build on my account. So just search KeelyCat4 or hashtag KeelyCat4 on the gallery, and you'll be able to find this. I posted it as the McMansion, so just search for the McMansion. It'll also be probably the most recent thing I posted under my own hashtag that I made up. But yeah, feel free to download it. I played in the house. It was fun. I liked it. Um, and I hope you enjoy it too. But yeah. So just kind of putting in those final touches, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like. I post building videos or a video at least every Saturday for the most part, and I have my Growing Together Let's Play that I post a video every Sunday, and recently I started doing my iCarly Let's Play that I normally post a video just about every Tuesday. I was actually working on some episodes for that today. So yeah, stay tuned if you'd like. You can come join the family here. There's only like 9 of us at this point, but that's okay because it's about the fun. You know, I have so much fun building these kind of houses and posting them on the gallery. It's just so fun. Like I'm excited to have my own house and be able to decorate kind of, my own space. Because it's one thing to decorate on The Sims, but it's another thing to actually be able to live in it. So, but yeah, thanks so much for joining. And oh, the joke of the day as we finish up the closet in the master bathroom. So, the joke of the day. So, where do mama cows take their calves on the weekends for fun? The answer is the museum. Really cheesy, but if you're not new here, you know that we're all about the cheesy dad jokes. So, stay tuned if you also like cheesy dad jokes. Alrighty, well, thank you so much. Let's take a look through the house, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully, you enjoyed again, and have a great day for me. Feel free to leave a comment. Alrighty, bye bye.